Hey all, welcome back to Pardee Shop Shenanigans. You know, we have a little bit of fun here in the shop with, I don't know, stuff. Got the 1962 Chevy 3/4 ton service truck known as Stanley. Just finished up working on my son's G20 Chevy van. Kind of gutted the interior, put up some new walls and vent fans and lighting and whatnot for him to camp in, which then kind of brings us to this little conundrum. And I thought I'd share with you something we did a couple years ago before my son bought his van to camp in. Now, he used to take his little Nissan Versa out places it didn't belong. And it's been to Texas and back from the West Coast. And most of the places that he's camped have been roadside waysides, not established campgrounds with a picnic table. So that kind of makes it tough if you want to set up, your cook stove, or you want to set some food out, because a little car like this, by the time you pack the interior, you can't really take a folding table. It's just not enough space. So we scratched our head a little bit and thought, well, what could we do? Turns out this does have a tow bar on it, or a tow hitch on it. Really not sure what you'd tow with it, but it has one. It's got the small, I think, 1.5" receiver. So we thought, let's get creative. So I'll show you what we did. Well, this was our solution. We created something that could be folded up and set up at will, and also set far enough back from the hatchback to still open it without having to tear everything down. Not the most beautiful setup, of course, but check out how nice this breaks down. Simple friction fit with a couple of bars strategically placed. It folds. It folds. This guy goes up. These guys come in, they fold down, we bungee cord everything together, and then these live inside and don't take up a lot of space. How did we work such magic, you might ask? Well, it wasn't so magic. A little bit of parts, a little bit of scrap metal. I think we probably had about $80 wrapped up in this all told. And let's break down a little bit and I'll show you what we did. To start with, I bought some, what is this, 1.25" square tubing that actually fits right into this tow receiver down here. Had a piece that I measured out how far it had to come out for this to clear. Okay, plenty of clearance. And then I just, I cut some 45, bent it into place and welded it. You can play with things your own way, do what works for you. Use some of the same square stock here with some hinges. Again, I'll get a little bit closer to you. This thing's pretty rusty. It's been sitting out all winter. And anyway, we had to have this profile first. Once we had this in place, we built our top. Needed a T up here, I'll show you that. Lots of welding, none of it really very good welding, but you know, a welder's best friend is his 4-inch grinder, right? Anybody who's done any farm welding knows what I'm talking about. The dimension we wanted was something that would be comfortable to put a cook stove or something on here. You notice it's a little bit cocked up this way, and that's because he had his car loaded down a little bit more when he took his trip, so we measured to level. But this guy is, my broken tape measure here, 36.5 inches tall. We went with 15 inches wide, and this primary table right here is 24 inches. Each wing adds another 12 inches. Okay, so now we're at 3 feet, and then I can put this guy up, and it's a 4-foot long by 15-inch wide table. Plenty of space to work with. And then we put this lower table down here. It's the idea that, you know, if you were sitting in a chair, want a place to set your plate or put a drink, it's convenient. This isn't a computer workstation. This is just a place to have out in the desert or out in the woods that's unimproved, a place to put your stuff. Let's take a look at some of the detail. Okay, so again, 1.25 inch square tubing. That's what fit into the receiver in his little car here. A lot of little compacts and subcompacts have a small tow receiver like that. Using some of the cutoff from these pieces that we bought, I just welded this on, trying to figure out my depth so that I knew, let's see how I can do this. Well, so I knew that when this folded down and when these were folded up inside, I had the thickness that I needed here for it to go down flat. Also had to figure for this guy some space because he folds up. Now you see, this is just a prop. It's just something that's here in place holding everything together. Let's see if I can do this. I need a cameraman, don't I? Where's Logan when I need him? I think he moved to Moab, Turkey. 3/8 cold roll round stock with a couple T's on it. All it is a friction fit here and a friction fit up here. Nothing fancy. This is 1-inch angle iron. Again, I cut, welded, ground it. And then this expansion metal, you can buy that all kinds of places. I got the stuff that's flat and smooth instead of real textured. I felt it would finish out a little nicer. But when we were figuring how far this had to fold, well, you got to do it in sequence, Robert. Fold this guy up, fold these guys together. And now when they fold down, that's where the distance comes in for this set out, okay? Not perfect, nothing you're gonna see in the Louvre, of course, but once you put a bungee cord around that, it's not going anywhere. Also having that expanded metal on it, it whistles a little bit going down the road, but it's not as bad as if that was something solid. And of course, being metal, throw all the dirt, and road crud, and whatever you want at it, and it's just fine. Now you'll see here, all we used here was some cheap door hinges, okay? Put them in, weld them in place, ground them off, nothing too fancy. You'll see this washer here, there's a half washer I cut. I'll show you when we fold this out, I wanted it to kind of level up so we didn't have a saggy spot in the table when it was open. I'll show you that. And again, just cheap door hinges. They were galvanized, I think, and I ground them down, the galvanized off of it so that I could weld them. And they do a good job. Down here for our brackets for this cold roll steel, let's see if I can do this a little differently. All these are, is if you look real close, is I just found some bolts. I'm sorry, some nuts. I don't even know the difference between bolts and nuts today. That's all these sit in, just weld it into place. Nothing fancy, just for a little keeper. And then this comes out here. This is just cut off square, and it fits up under here. I'll show you some detail on that in a moment as well. So let's set it up part way and get you some more details. Okay, I pointed out a minute ago that I had these half washers, these little spacers in here. You'll see when I put this up here, it levels out pretty nice, okay? Because of the way the hinge is set here, with no spacer at all, what was happening is this was going up. I wanted it straight. So I just found something that was about the right distance, and there we went. Again, pretty low tech, a little bit redneck, but it got the job done. And then as far as these guys, when it's stuck down in here to hold this wing up, you'll see this little stub right here. Let's get the camera moved around, probably making you dizzy, sorry. Someday I'll invest in something other than the Galaxy 10. that I do this all on. Anyway, this is our little stop. So when this is open and up, you can probably see through here. This is where that bar goes. I'll show you what that looks like. Drop it right into our high-tech nut keepers down there. And that's it. That's all she does right there. See that? That's all this does. It's just a little friction fit just to get it to work where I wanted. What I did was I cut these bars out of this cold roll steel, and once I had it bent and had my angle coming out here about where I wanted, then I placed this because I could position the bar where I wanted it. I positioned that, tacked this in, and then welded it so it would stay. Did the same thing on the other side, so when it's wide open, it's good to go. And again, all this is just a little friction fit. Nothing too special up here. That's all it does. It sits there in the crotch of that. What do we call this stuff today? Angle iron. It's been a long day. What do I know? So there you have it. It's just kind of a low-tech, no muss, no fuss, very effective, very useful little table on the back of this small little car that doesn't take up any space when you want to go out camping. You want to set up your little 1 or 2 burner cook stove here, or you want to, just kind of lay things out so you can get to them. Place, if you're sitting down, you can be down at this level, put your plate, put, ketchup and things out of the way. And, it bounces around a little bit, but who cares? It beats the heck out of trying to find a flat spot in a rock. So there it is after. Again, all set up. I think Logan even got kind of funny and silly. I think he put, he's had something here that just slid down inside. It had, it's like a real bendy rod that he put a light on, tiki torch. I mean, you could have all kinds of silly fun with that, right? Again, nothing overly exciting. And when it's all folded down, it is below the window, so it doesn't block anything there. And once again, I'll button it all up for you. This guy comes out, put him down. This guy comes out, put him down. This guy comes out, put him down. You do have to do this in order. You fold the bottom one in first. You fold the 2 sides up next. And then everything goes down here. Looks like my bungee cords have seen their better days. Not sure exactly how we did this, but do a bungee cord right around, gosh, any way you want, like this. And there you go. I think we had another one this way so it wouldn't rattle quite as much either. Again, makes a little noise, but check it out. You don't really even know it's there when you're driving. All you see is in the mirror, if you look really hard, you'll see that, just to know that there's something there, like if you're backing up. This car does not have a backup camera. And real low profile. So if you need to build yourself a camp table, or you want some more ideas and measurements on this, you just let me know. I think that'll button it up for us today. That does it for Pardee's Shop Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. We're going to have all kinds more fun here. I would like to get your comments on this camp trailer, okay? Send me some info on what you'd like to know more about. Give me that feedback. Be honest, but be kind. Go out and make somebody smile today. You both deserve it. Bob out.